So if you're struggling to trade in the markets and you do need some help perhaps, or maybe a strategy that could potentially get you profitable, then this is the strategy that I've been trading for the past year that I found, and it's been pretty incredible for me. I've got a 70-80% win rate, over 100k of payouts over the past year, and I've been basically loving life trading this strategy. Really simple. I don't have to sit on the charts all day waiting for trades. I just set alerts for lows to be swept, and then I wait and I take trades from them. So if you do want to be hitting trades like this, then watch this video till the end, because I'm going to show you 4 or 5 trades that I took recently and examples of why I took them. So my strategy is dead simple. I just look for a sweep of liquidity, and then I look for an inverted fair value gap back to the upside, and then I'll basically target a 1-for-1, take half my position or scale at that, go break even, and then look for runners back up. And you can see this is the trade that a lot of people took last Thursday that I thought was a pretty interesting trade and made a lot of sense. So we're going to go through it and I'll tell you why I took this. So it's very simple. All I look for is I'll look for lows that get swept with a sweep of liquidity, and then I'm just looking for 3 candle pattern inverse shapes, preferably back to the upside. I'm just going to write this down actually so it's a bit easier for you to remember. So I'm looking for a sweep, bullish reaction. I'm looking for good momentum. As I said, I'm looking for an IFVG. I think an inverted fair value gap, preferably a 3 candle pattern. As you can see here, this one in a particular example, you create the pattern, you've got 1, 2, 3 with the gap, and then you inverse it straight away. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the inverse, obviously, and then I'll basically look for 1R scale, and then I'll go scale and break even. And I'll scale depending on how bullish we are. And then also I'll just leave runners. Leave runners for liquidity. And this is it. Really, really simple. Could not be easier. This is literally all I look for in every single trade. So I'm going to go through all the trades, some of the examples that I've got from the past few weeks that I've taken, and I'll show you why I took them. So as you can see with this one, this is my criteria. We obviously open up for New York. We have a little bit of a pump. We've obviously got this is why I really like the trade, because we've got this really obvious trendline liquidity here that in my opinion was always going to get ran. You can see we had a fake push up into it. We've got the swing down where we come and like stop everyone out that's clearly trying to get into this run of liquidity. I'm always looking for trend lines like this above to target. If we have one of these, I'm more likely to take more trades to try and get towards it. But you can see here, what do we have? We've got a sweep of this low, which is also a 15-minute, a 1 out of 4 hour, and a daily gap, which we bounced out of. And you can see, even though we did inverse to the downside and create this 5-minute BPR, we inversed it straight back to the upside, which in my opinion told us we were very bullish. And as a result, I took the trade to the upside. So what did we have? We had the sweep, the bullish reaction. We've got good momentum. This is great momentum here. This is like a, what is this? This is almost a 50-point candle. From close to close, 50-point candle. Very good momentum. Obviously, we've got the inverted fair value gap here. You can see that here clearly. We've got the 3 candle pattern V shape, which is very, very strong reversal sign. I love 3 candle pattern V shapes. They work so often, it's unreal. We've got ourselves coming up for 1R. I scaled some here, and then I scaled some at the high, and I held a runner for this unfilled 1 hour gap that was up here, and then basically came up and smacked that. I made about over $1,000 on my Lucid Flexes because they have no consistency rules on funded. This was a fantastic trade. So the next trade that I took last week, was it the day before? It was this 2-minute. I'm going to show you it. I need to make sure that my rules actually paste in the right place. There we go. This 2-minute was really good as well. What have we got here? Really obvious area of liquidity lows. Very, very obvious. This is so obvious. You can see really, really obvious area of liquidity. We come down, we sweep this. We're coming into, we've obviously London session here. Obviously we pump up. London opens up, we dump down, sweep liquidity. And what have we got? Sweep liquidity, good bullish reaction, 3 candle pattern V shape. We get the inversion. I enter on the inversion. Really as simple as that. Just had an alert set at this level. I had an alert set at this level here. And this news candle actually come and tagged my alert. So I was watching the charts as this came down then. Obviously there was no inverse here. But this was a bit of a news candle, I think, and then basically became down 3 candle pattern V shape. I was always going to take this, and then as the trade unfolded, I became even more confident that we were going to come up, because look what we created. We created another trend line liquidity, which I love to target, as I just told you. These are really, really high probability to get hit, and as you can see, we create ourselves a really obvious trend line, and then going into the next macro, which is the time between 10 minutes before and after every hour, we just pump up to the high, and that was it. Another really good trade. Super, super good trade. Two absolute bangers on Wednesday and Thursday last week. Pretty much set me up for the entire week, to be honest. This was another really, really great trade. So, like I said, guys, this is not complicated at all. Super simple stuff. Anyone can do this. There was also this one during Asia session, which sadly I missed, but I probably would have taken this. You can see we come down to these lows here. We create ourselves a pretty obvious area of liquidity down here. You can see really, really obvious area of liquidity. We come down and we resweep the low. We come down here. This wasn't as obvious because it's not a 3 candle pattern V shape, but they don't necessarily have to be if you've got good conviction on a reversal. But you can see here we came down, we had a little manipulation leg, and then we closed over this big 2-minute gap. I probably would have taken this if I wasn't asleep, but this is obviously Asia session, so I'm from the UK and I'm asleep, sadly. But you can see this was a great trade. We obviously inversed here. Took a little while to play out, but we did come up and hit the 1R after this pump here. I scaled some here, scaled some at this high, and lo and behold, what have we got? Again, that I always like to have if I'm going to be taking a trade. I like to have this extra confluence of this really obvious trendline liquidity. Again, this was super obvious. You could extend it to here if you wanted to, or even up through this level, if this area here, and just say this is all trendline liquidity. But obviously, once you get the reversal, there's some crazy momentum there. I'm looking to target the trend line, and I probably would have left a runner up into this area here as well. Another great trade. Really, really that simple. Trading does not have to be complicated, and very often when you get these 3 candle pattern V shapes from a sweep of liquidity, you will get yourself an inverse, and you usually do get yourself a reversal. That works really well. The week before this was absolute shit, if I'm being completely honest. There were a few trades, I'm just looking for them now. There was a trade that I took on the Monday that worked. I'm just trying to find it. It's been... well, we're getting there now. Is this the 2-minute? I've gone back too far, haven't I? Sometimes the... sometimes it's hard to see. Here we go. I found it. I thought this was a good trade. This was on the 1 minute. I'll have to go back now, won't I? You can see there's been plenty of decent trades recently, by the way, guys. Obviously, we've had a bit of a weird market recently, but I thought this one made sense. You can see here we had the massive Trump candle pump on the start of the day. Crazy, crazy move up. Got ourselves a really obvious low that's been created. I'll wait for that to get hit. 3 candle pattern V shape. Like I said, this is really simple. Really, really simple. I've got a alert at this low. What are my criteria? Sweep, 3 candle pattern V shape, good momentum. We've got the inverted fair value gap with the 3 candle pattern V shape. Targeting 1R. 1R gets hit. Scale some here. Hold runners. As you can see, this got up to, I think this, in reality, I got up to about a 2R here and then got stopped on the runners because I didn't trust this to go all the way back up when we've been so bearish. But I think you get the idea, guys. I'm not going to ramble on too much longer about this because I think you can clearly see the kind of strategy that I'm trading here. If you do want alerts or signals and education for all the trades that I take, you can get them in the WOP in the description below. Like and subscribe and all that. Leave me comments down below. Let me know if you've got any questions about this, but it's really not that complicated. There was even a trade that I've just seen as we were closing out here. This wasn't a 3 candle pattern V shape here, but you can see what we've got. Bullish on the day here. We've got a really obvious clear low area of liquidity here. We've come down, we've swept it, and we inversed. And then as soon as this 5-minute inversed here, we actually ran up here. If I'd have seen this, I probably would have taken it, but I had a bit of a lie-in today because it is Easter Monday, or it's a bank holiday in the UK. So I had a bit of a lie-in, so sadly I missed this trade. But I have got alerts set, as you can see, at all these levels. I've got an alert here, alert at this low, and I'm just waiting to see how many more trades we get. But anyway, guys, I do appreciate you watching, as always. Like I said, go down in the description if you want alerts, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.